Hi guys, how are you all? I hope everyone is having a successful and a productive day. And as usual, I want to come on here really quickly and just share some words of motivation, inspiration, and to give you some strategies that you can definitely use in your business to move your business forward, right? Um, so let me know as usual in the comments if you can see me and hear me. And tag your business bet tag your business besties, like and share this video. I am doing cross streaming, so you're going to see me on Instagram, on Facebook, and on YouTube at the same time. So wherever you're watching me right now, welcome, welcome, welcome. Just let me know you can see me and hear me. So guys, today, I want to really reiterate the importance of having a follow up strategy in your business. For those of you who are here for the very first time, I am Coach Adana Austin. I work with high end entrepreneurs like yourself to get very clear on your goals, identify your ideal clients, and develop the strategies to grow your business, right? And that's why I love to come on here and talk to you guys about strategies, because having a business idea is great. Starting your social media pages is great. Even posting consistently every single day is great. Building a community is great. But one of the things that I think a lot of you guys seem to miss or seem not to place as much as importance on in your business structure is having a follow-up strategy. And that's what I want to talk about today. The importance of that follow-up strategy, how you utilize it in your business, and how that could make a drastic change in your business. We have a very strict follow-up policy in our business, and that usually brings in extra income every single month, $2,000 to $5,000 extra income in our business every month. And who doesn't want, right? We all want that. So if it's one thing I'm going to do, I am going to follow up. And a follow-up strategy is not just for businesses who are online businesses. Even if you have a product, you can do that, whether you are online business or you're brick and mortar business, right? Because you are supposed to be able to connect and communicate with your audience, whether they are in front of you or they are not in front of you. So if you have a brick and mortar business, I'm hoping and I'm assuming you are collecting their telephone numbers or their email addresses, some way that you are using to continue to nurture them and to build a relationship with them, right? And engage them in what is happening in your business. So you're using that same platform to have a follow-up strategy in your business, right? So as usual, you all know I love to take notes, right? So I made a bunch of notes that I'm going to share with you, and you just tell me in the comments if you agree, if you have any questions about it at all, and I'll be glad to answer it. So when you're thinking about a follow-up strategy, right? Because I know it's supposed to be self-explanatory, but it's not self-explanatory for some people, right? So when I think about a follow-up strategy, the first thing that I would ask you is, okay, what is the goal of this follow-up strategy? What do you want to achieve from this follow-up strategy? Is this follow-up strategy meant to get more people to leave reviews and testimonials? Is it meant to convert your warm leads into hot leads? Is it meant to upsell one of your products or services? What is the goal of this upsell strategy, right? So we're not just following up for following up's sake. We have to know, okay, I'm following up this person because I want this outcome, or I'm following up with this business because I want this particular outcome. What is the outcome that you want from the follow-up that you are about to do? So remember, setting your goals. Everything is about goal setting, right? Setting your goal is the first thing, and it is very, very important. What is the goal of this follow-up that I am presently doing for my business? What is the outcome that I want to happen? So do I want to upsell? Do I want to convert warm leads into hot leads, or even cold leads into warm leads? The purpose of this the purpose of this follow-up is to get testimonials and reviews. What is the goal? What is the purpose of this upsell? So that's the first place that you want to start. Give me a 1 in the comments if you understand that. That's the first place you want to start. What is the goal of this follow-up that I am doing, right? What is the outcome that I want to achieve? I'm not just following up because I've heard different coaches say that this is a tactic that I should be using, but what is the outcome that I am trying to achieve? And sometimes, because you may have different types of clients and different types of ideal clients, the follow-up for each one may be different. So one follow-up may be for testimonials, another follow-up may be to upsell, and another follow-up may be to convert. Yeah. So you have to know what is the goal of this upsell, right? Now, the other question that I get asked a lot when I'm teaching my clients the importance of following up is who to follow up with, right? And that's a great question. I usually tell people, if you're following up, make sure you follow up with people that I like to call warm leads, because it's easier to convert them, it's easier to get feedback from them, and it's easier to move the relationship forward if they are warm leads. Now, what is a warm lead? A warm lead is a client or customer who has been following you, who may have been engaging with your content, with your emails. They may not necessarily respond to every single thing, but you know for sure that they're opening your emails. If you check your analytics, you can see that they are opening your emails. They may be jumping in your DMs and asking you further questions. They may have bought one of your low ticket items already just to get a sense of how you operate. They may have visited your store already and bought something really cheap, but those are your warm leads. So those are the people who you want to follow up with, people who have expressed some type of interest in your products or services, right? They've raised their hand, they've asked you 10,000 questions, they have bought something from you, right? Sometimes, even if you have a website and sometimes people may put things in their cart and they don't complete the transaction. Those are warm leads. Those are the people you want to follow up with. I know all of us have done this already when we're shopping online, and you will get a random, no, I shouldn't say random, but you will get an email or a message from the company saying, hey, we noticed you have X, Y, and Z in your cart, right? It's time to check out. If you check out now, you can get a 5% discount, or you can get a coupon, whatever that is, right? So those are the people that you want to really, really follow up with. Your cold leads, you just continue to nurture them and that kind of thing. But your warm leads, those people who have engaged with you, who have asked questions, who may have jumped into your DMs, those people who may have opened your emails, those people who would have visited your storefront, those are your warm leads. And those are the people that you want to really follow up with. People who you may have sent proposals to, and they have said, okay, we've received the proposal. Thank you very much for your proposal. You want to keep following up with them. Guys, don't feel if you just say something once, or you post something once, or you send an email once, or you send a proposal once, that is the end of the relationship. You have to figure out, how do I carry this relationship forward, right? And a big part of that is by following up with those people. When we send out a proposal, we follow up at least 5 to 7 times. And I'll tell you why we follow up so much, and we don't just do it once, right? We do that, and when we do that, we have a higher conversion rate, because we're following up so much instead of just answering a question and leaving it as is, right? Or just sending a proposal and not asking any follow-up questions, or not asking them if they're interested, get them on a call or anything like that, right? The follow-up leads to a higher conversion, right? So when do you follow up? You follow up immediately. And there are different ways to do this. So when somebody buy something online, right? Part of your follow-up is that thank you email. Thank you for shopping with us. Thank you for buying from us, and that kind of thing. So that's an immediate follow-up, right? In that follow-up email, is in addition to saying thank you, you can ask them to leave a review of their shopping experience, or review of the thing that they have purchased with you. So you're killing two birds with one stone. You can do your follow-up and request a review at the same time. So for me, when I have my coaching clients, I don't wait until we complete our coaching sessions to now follow up for a testimonial, for example. What I will do is before our final conversation, I start to request a testimonial. After our coaching, I will send them an offboarding form, because that's also a form of following up, right? 3 months afterwards, I'll send another little message or whatever to follow up, because guys, it is always easier to sell to people who have bought from you in the past than it is to sell to brand new people, right? Because if you are giving really great value and your products that you're selling are really making a difference in their life, it's easier to convince them to buy from you over and over and over again, right? They are going to be your walking billboards. They are going to be the ones who are going to tell other people about your business, about your service, and how great an experience that they had, right? So don't neglect the people who are already in your funnel, the people who have already bought from you, right? So you want to follow up. You want to follow up immediately after a call. If you got on a call with somebody, follow up immediately with an email, just a recap of what we spoke about, and obviously outlining our next steps, guys. Because when you don't do those things, you're kind of leaving money on the table, right? So that's why having a very clear follow-up strategy, right? You're not just throwing things in the air, but having a very clear follow-up strategy makes a difference in how your business is viewed, how your brand is viewed, and it makes a difference between making no money and making an extra $2,000 to $5,000 every single month in your business, right? So you need to have that clear strategy. Just like how you have a content strategy, you may have a video strategy, you may have an email strategy, you may have a networking strategy if you go out and do a lot of networking. You may have strategies for all of these things. And I'm saying to you that this follow-up strategy that you need to implement in your business is just as important as all of those other strategies, right? So you follow up immediately after a call, you follow up a few days after, you up after the sale via email. Thank you for buying from us. We hope your experience is really well. Can you leave a review of your shopping experience? Can you leave a review of XYZ product that you have bought? And the thing is, guys, you can follow up in different ways, right, on different platforms. So if your client or your customer is speaking to you via WhatsApp, follow up via WhatsApp, right? If everything was happening via email, follow up via email, follow up in the DMs, follow up via text, whatever works for your business, because it's not a one size fits all on where to follow up, right? You know where your clients engage with you the most. So wherever that is for your business, that is where you want to make sure that you are following up with them, right? But you have to make sure that it's consistent and make sure that you have a goal. So let's just recap those three things. So you make sure you have a goal for your follow-up system. That's number one. Make sure that you're following up with your warm leads, people who have engaged with you, people who have bought low ticket items, people who have opened your emails, people who have asked you questions, whether it's underneath your posts or in your DMs or in your WhatsApp. Those are your warm leads. Those are the people you want to follow up with, people who you have sent proposals out to. You want to follow up those people. So that's the second thing. The third thing, when to follow up immediately after a call, immediately after a sale. And guys, remember I always say, right, when somebody buys from you, it's not the end of the relationship. It's the beginning of the relationship. So you don't want to just, okay, they bought from me, I don't have to speak to them ever again. No, they bought from me, and now I can move this relationship further along by following up with them, right? By sending them an email or sending them a WhatsApp, or sending them a DM saying, thank you, this is what else we have. Can you leave a review, a testimonial, whatever that may be for your business, right? So that's the third thing. You put a 3 in the comments if this is making sense for you, right? Again, number 4, why to follow up. This should be self-explanatory, but it's not always so obvious to people. Why should you follow up? You should follow up because life be lifing. It's not so much that people are trying to ignore you. I've had people say to me, or I've had clients say to me, Adana, I've asked this person for a review or a testimonial last week and they haven't responded. 9 times out of 10, it's not because they are trying to ignore you, but more than likely because life is happening. They may have seen your request while they were driving, while they were in work, while they were with their families, while they were doing something, right? I mean, we've all been there. So it's not a personal attack. And sometimes you have to ask people for a response, a review, a testimonial, for feedback more than one time, right? We are human. Life is life in, right? So life gets busy. You want to follow up just as reminders, right? You want to follow up to close the deal because they may have said, yes, 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 I'm interested in working with you. I'm interested in doing X, Y, and Z. So the follow up again via email, WhatsApp, DM, is to just close the deal and to confirm this is what we have decided we are going to do and this is how we are going to move forward. So you want to also close the deal. Sometimes, and this happens like if you're sending proposals to larger organizations, you want to follow up and follow up consistently because sometimes whatever you may have sent, the person that you may have sent it to may not be the person who has to give the approval, or they may need to get approval from higher ups, right? And sometimes, if you work in a corporate environment, you understand this. Sometimes getting that yes takes time. It does not just happen because you sent a proposal to them, right? Or you send an invoice or anything like that. Sometimes it needs to go up the chain of command and it takes a little while to get that yes. But you, as a person who wants the yes, you have to make sure that you have a follow-up strategy in place until you get that yes. That's why for us, we follow up at least 5 to 7 times. Once we recognize that this person actually is interested in what we have to offer, we follow up. Right, guys? So if you have a proposal to do a training, if you have a proposal to do an event, you have a proposal to work with any kind of bigger opportunities, do collaborations, do any kind of community outreach and all of those kind of things, right? You want to make sure you have a follow-up strategy because sometimes that yes is not immediate, right? Because they may have to get approvals from people who are higher up. So you want to follow up. You want to make sure you have that follow-up strategy. And then the next thing is that sometimes they cannot say yes immediately because they may need more information. So you following up may be an opportunity for you to provide more information, right? So when you're following up, you don't just say, I'm following up for a yes or no. You can follow up and just give them a reminder or give them a synopsis or give them an example of a case study or something else, right? Which can tip the scale. Or even in the follow-up, you can ask them if they have any further questions to kind of nudge them as well to ask you any further questions, before they say yes, right? But guys, that is why you need to follow up. That is why you need to have that type of strategy in your business, right? And again, the final thing, where to follow up, you follow up wherever your clients usually convert with you, right? So whether your clients usually talk to you more in WhatsApp, in email, in your DMs, in your text, it's not a one size fits all. Wherever your clients usually have conversations with you, that is the safest place for you to follow up with them, right? So even if my client has a conversation with me in WhatsApp and I will follow up with WhatsApp, me, Adana, everybody doesn't have to do this. I also send them an email because 9 times out of 10, I also have their email list, right? I also send an email to them just to make sure that I have a, want of a better word, paper trail of our conversation and what may be happening, right? But guys, follow up, follow up, follow up, right? We do follow ups at least once a week. We schedule a particular date to do our follow-ups. We decide who we're going to follow up with. We have a goal for our follow-up system. And in our strategy, we have been able to convert persons and get an extra $2,000 to $5,000 every month with this follow-up strategy. And I don't want you to leave money on the table, because this is not the time to play small, and this is not the time to leave money on the table. So if that is not something that you're doing, I really highly encourage that you implement this in your business. Now, some of you may actually be doing it already, but you're not doing it in a structured way. You're just doing it by chance. You know, you get up today and you're like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? But let me, right? If you don't have it in a structured way, it's going to be hard for you to actually see and experience the results of having it as a real strategy. So what I would suggest to you is to make sure that you have it in a structured way. And some of it can also be automated. Guys, there are certain parts of your follow-up strategy you can automate based on the business that you are running. So you figure out what that is. If it's automated in your, like if you're somebody selling from their website, yes, you can have an automated thank you message. That's an automated follow-up, right? If somebody buys from you on your Facebook page too, you can have an automated follow-up. So there's certain parts of the follow-up system that can be automated, so that you don't have to be tied to your phone or your computer, because nobody wants that life, right? But at the end of the day, I want you to think about it as a structured activity that you do every single week. You know, we talk about our income generating activities. This could be one of those income generating activities once done correctly, once implemented correctly, once done consistently, right? And once done with structure. Yeah. So this is something I want each and every one of you to consider. How can I implement a follow-up strategy? And or if I already have a follow-up strategy, how can I create a little more structure around it so that I can actually experience results, and I can also measure? Because you could look at your business at the end of the month and say, okay, I followed up with 20 persons, and out of those 20 persons, based on the goal of my follow-up, right? Out of those 20 persons, 5 converted into paying clients. I got 3 testimonials, X, Y, and Z. So you can also measure, right, to see how successful your follow-up strategy is at the end of the month or the end of the quarter, depending on when you examine your analytics and insight. But the point of the matter is, have that strategy in place. And guys, as usual, if you are struggling with setting this up, let's get on a call, jump into my DMs, leave a comment underneath this video, and I'll be glad to answer any questions that you may have about how to begin, how to implement, how to be consistent with it, and how you actually do the following up for your clients. Yeah. So I hope this video was well received. As usual, if you have any questions, I am here to answer for you. So guys, have a great day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.